Sit back and relax, possums. Time for a rather saucy evening in with the Dame on ITV1.
In treatment tonight with Dame Edna, Hollywood legend Martin Sheen, singing beauty Fergie, and Brit art sensation Tracey Emin.
She's a gem, she's a Jamaica. She's an angel of light from above. She is poetry in motion. She's a rock in an ocean of love. So give us the Edna treatment, a world-exclusive mega spot.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Melbourne mother, millionairess and megastar, Dame Edna Everage.
You should be having lymphatic drainage back there.
But how was I? They said you were on holiday, and I've been unemployed for a while, so, you know.
You're obviously looking for a new career opportunity, Martin. Valmai, get rid of this man.
No.
Have it off. I mean...
No, it's quite all right. No, that's all right. No. Okay, so all the way.
Terrible start to my show, isn't it? Here we are, however, at Spa Edna once again. And all week I've had wannabe celebrities and impersonators and second-rate public figures practically tearing down the gates to get into my groundbreaking facility. Poor little Rafe Fiennes has been desperate to penetrate my wet area. He has. Dream on, Rafe. Dream on. Call me old-fashioned, possums, but I care about people. I really do. And to help me in my mission of caring and sharing is my dysfunctional daughter, Valmai. Don't encourage her. Well, Valmai, I see you have made absolutely no effort at all to make yourself even slightly presentable, have you? Even fans of the women's tennis circuit sometimes dress nicely, Valmai. They do. Now then, what a lineup we have in treatment tonight. It's lovely. And without further ado, my first patient has already made an undignified entrance. Please ovate for that naughty little Edna wannabe, Martin Sheen.
That can be a lot of fun.
Oh, you've got a lovely watch there. Could you please give it to me first, Martin? On your wrist there. Give me that, please.
That's my own personal watch.
Valuable, Martin.
Yes, I know. That's why I'm going to keep it.
I know, but we've had incidents here. If you just give it to me.
Really?
You'll get it back. Here's a ticket.
It's very expensive. It's too expensive to take off, actually.
Well, you did it. There we are. I just pop it in there, spin that around, put it in here. Now, we can't be too trusting here, Martin. Now, I'm just checking your health records, Martin, here. You're as fit as a flea, darling. And I notice you've got a history of trapped wind. I'm a little worried about that. There is, according to that scan, there is a shadow on the rectum here. But I think everything will be all right. You're taking the charcoal tablets, I hope, Martin.
I am, yes.
It'll pass, I hope not during this little chat that we're having, that's all. The West Wing. Of course, most people, you might groan inwardly when I mention that. I don't see why you should, but most people know you from the West Wing, don't they?
Oh, yes.
There were so many people in that show. Which were you? Who did you play?
I played the president.
Was that a major role, was it?
Well, as a matter of fact, it was the President of the United States.
Oh, wonderful. And did you study any particular president, or did you just... Well, you created one, did you?
More or less created one, yes.
Lovely. Yeah. Was he a nice person, or a...
He was, yes. He was very bright and articulate, and he'd won a Nobel Prize in economics. And
Good heavens, it couldn't have been the President of the United States, could it? But I mean, it was a... In ordinary life, did you ever feel yourself being a bit presidential?
I would on occasion, yes, and it would always backfire. I was known as the acting President of the United States. And now I'm known as the former acting President of the United States.
Your name, though. I'm interested in your name. What is your real name?
Yes.
I did have it written on my hand, but it was Estevez, wasn't it? Estevez?
Ramon Antonio Gerard Estevez.
Oh, Estevez.
Yes.
Isn't that lovely, the way you say that?
Yes.
Is that a Polish name? Is it
No, it's a Spanish name.
Spanish?
My father was from Spain.
Oh, lovely. And you've changed your name to Sheen.
Well, I didn't really change it. It's still Estevez, but I use Sheen.
You use the name. Why did you see here? Mr. Sheen has a different significance. It's a no. I'll tell you. It's a furniture polish, Mr. Sheen. And I suppose Estevez is that Spanish for Windoline, perhaps? It could be. But why did you choose Sheen? I suppose it has a sparkle to it, doesn't it? It rolls off the tongue. Well, it's easier to say than Martin, non-abrasive household cleanser. But you've got a son called Emilio.
I do, yes. He's my oldest son.
You have a daughter, too.
I do.
Lovely daughter.
Yes, Renee, yes.
Rennie. You know, again...
No, Renee.
That's something we take for acid reflux. We do, but it's Renee, is it? I'm
Renee,
sorry.
yes,
Renee.
yes.
Renee. There's another son, isn't there?
Yes,
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie, yes, yes.
Bit of a household name, yes. You've created a bit of showbiz history. You've created a dynasty, Martin. Really, I mean, like the Redgraves or the Thonders. A little bit of a dynasty. I nearly said dysentery. Have you... I was looking at your medical record, as a matter of fact. But have you... No, have you... Have you ever used your influence to help your family?
Oh, no, I should say not. No, not in show business, no.
No?
No.
Well, nepotism is a temptation.
Yes, it is, but...
I'm very much like you. I've slammed the door on my daughter. She had show business aspirations, and I've killed them off as much as I can in a caring way. Where is Valmai? She's probably in one of my treatment rooms, misusing the facilities. Valmai? Oh, she's in the spa. She's in the jacuzzi. Look, it's frothing. She shouldn't be in there with her yeast problem. Oh. at that Oh, who's that?
That is my son, Ramon.
Well, he's in grave moral danger there. Oh, talk about landing yourself in hot water.
Oh, not to worry. He can handle himself.
Not in my jacuzzi, I hope. We have more in-depth intercourse with Martin Sheen after this break, when you'll be meeting controversial Brit artist Tracey Emin and raunchy pop star Fergie. See you after this comfort stop.
What do you get for the man that has everything?
I'd just like to have the most fantastic glamorous party in New York City with my dearest and closest friends. The biggest birthday bash I've ever thrown, and you're all invited.
An A-list party and musical event to wish happy birthday Elton, Thursday at 9, ITV1.
Welcome back, viewers, or for the sight-impaired listeners. Sitting here, enjoying my gentle probing, is by now, my dear friend, and the still handsome, if you don't mind me saying so, Martin Sheen. Now, where are you living now, Martin?
In Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, but you've just had a bit of a stint in the Emerald Isle, haven't you?
Yes, I did. I attended one semester at the National University of Ireland at Galway.
Oh, how beautiful. What were you studying, Martin Sheen?
I was doing computers, English, philosophy, earth and ocean science.
Oh, English and... Oh, what a stupid noise. Don't let the side down. Don't let the side down. It's amazing. You know, Martin, no. It's amazing how silly people get in the presence of higher learning, Martin. So you were really studying English and oceanography. You were really learning to read underwater.
No, it was earth and ocean science. English was separate, as was philosophy and computers.
But computers, you can read your emails without the help of a 12-year-old child.
In fact, I can now, yes.
Now, I'd like to ask you about a film that catapulted you into stardom. It was called Apocalypse Now.
Oh, yes.
I suppose now we would call it Apocalypse Then. And you know, fancy calling a film a name that most Americans couldn't pronounce. That was brave. You worked with Marlon Brando. Tell me about that experience.
I adored him. He was one of my heroes. Yeah. Very dear and caring man, and extremely funny. He had us laughing all the time with his practical jokes. You know.
Lovely. What was one of them?
Well, he used to throw coconuts at us from a hidden, a high tower.
How lovely. And, you know, so often these things are funnier when they're happening.
Yes,
than when they're being
that's
told.
true. Yes, you're right.
Cute.
You're right, yeah.
It's cute. But you had a bit of a heart problem when you were filming that. A little bit of a health crisis. What do you think affected your heart? Was it because Marlon was being paid a lot more money than you? I doubt that, knowing you, Martin.
No, I was not taking very good care of myself. That's why I'm here now, to make sure I keep my health up. I was smoking then and running around and not taking very good care of myself.
Well,
and a bit of, too.
This is a family show, Martin. really should check on Valmai and your son.
Oh,
see what
God,
they're up-
yes, yes.
Oh, heavens. Don't worry, she's a good girl. Well, she's a good girl by and large. She's large, and my son tells me she could be bi. Oh, look. Martin, this could be good. I think we should encourage them. I think we should. Oh, don't you think? Just imagine if they really got together, if nature took its course, if they started to play, well, hospitals, if they started to play submarines and torpedoes in that jacuzzi. We could be joint grandparents, Martin. We could, our genes mingling. Oh, imagine what a lovely bubba they could produce. Yes. Now, let's leave them to make music together. Possums, it's time to introduce my next patient. She's a pop star and a vegetable. No, it's not Ozzy Osbourne. It's the leading black-eyed bean. It's Fergie.
You ain't got no money, take your broke ass home. If you ain't got no money, take your broke ass home. GLAMOROUS, yeah. GLAMOROUS. We flying first class up in the sky, popping champagne, living my life in the fast lane. I want to change by the glamorous. Ooh, flowers, flowers, the glamorous, the glamorous, glamorous, by the glamorous. Ooh, flowers, flowers, the glamorous, the glamorous, glamorous, by the glamorous. Ooh, flowers, flowers. With them golden diamond rings, all the things don't mean a thing. Chaperones and limousines, shopping for expensive things. Beyond the movie screens, magazines and bougie scenes. Not clean, I'm not pristine. No queen, I'm no machine. Still go to Taco Bell, drive through Royce Hill. I don't care, I'm still real. No matter how many records I sell. After the show or after the Grammys, I like to go cool out with the family. Reminiscing on days when I had a Mustang and now I'm first class up in the sky, popping champagne, living my life in the fast lane. I want to change by the glamorous. Ooh, flowers, flowers, the glamorous, the glamorous, glamorous, by the glamorous. Ooh, flowers, flowers, the glamorous, the glamorous, glamorous, by the glamorous. Ooh, flowers, flowers. Up to here, I got people in my ear telling me these crazy things that I don't want to know. I got money in the bank and I really like to thank all the fans I like to thank you really know. 'Cause I remember yesterday when I dreamt about the days when I rock on TV. I really don't. Damn, it's been a long road and the industry is gone up there. My daddy told me so, he let us down to know. My daddy told me so. He let us down to know. Oh, my daddy told me so. He let us down to know.
How are you? Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
What a lovely tribute that was. Was it to me, I suppose? It was obvious.
Of course.
No, when I heard...
Wasn't she the girl in the spa that I saw earlier?
It's my daughter. She was looking a bit wrinkly. She's been in a spa all night, that creature. When I heard that you were coming, I was a little bit nervous. Fergie, I thought. Could it be Sir Alex Ferguson, that football promoter? Or the Duchess of York? And I'm so relieved. It's what I consider to be the real Fergie. That's you, darling. And you love me. Now, I want to talk about that little group of yours, the Black Eyed Bean. Now,
no. It's the black-eyed peas.
the Black Eyed Peas. Yeah. Well, they're not vegetables, really, are they? They're legumes.
Oh, legumes.
They are legumes. Now, how did you come to be their lead singer?
I went to go see them in a show in 1998. Knew I wanted to work with them, and I sure ended up working with them. One thing led to another, and I became a full member of the band.
Oh, it's lovely. Have you got all their CDs, have you, Martin? Well, I adore you, and the press love you too. The press can be horrible. I've had horrible experiences with them, and you have too, I know, Martin. And you remember that horrible incident in San Diego?
Oh, yes.
Wasn't that embarrassing?
Oh.
What happened there?
Well, let's put it this way. I was late for the show. Driving down in LA traffic. And when I got there, we had trouble getting in. And when I did get in, I rushed straight to the stage without stopping at the restroom.
Oh.
It can happen. It's happened. Well, it's almost happened to me.
It was a very memorable night for me.
Oh, darling, big deal. Who hasn't had a bit of backstage leakage or a little I mean, there's no stigma to incontinence. There is not. There isn't, darling. Not on my program. But I just have to put it, and I mean this in the loveliest way. That couch is on approval. It's
good.
It is. I'm just going to pop that under. There we go. Just it.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
No. We're not going to make a big deal of this.
Right. Thank you.
And we don't have to put anything under you, Martin, because you just have trapped wind. That's all.
I was wondering.
My darling Fergie, you live in a place called Hacienda Heights in Los Angeles. Do you know that area, Martin?
I've heard of it. I haven't been there.
It's a very special part of Los Angeles.
It is.
And there's a big Buddhist temple there.
Yes, they built a huge Buddhist temple, the biggest one in North America. Richard Gere has a house out there.
Richard Gere, adorable man, friend of mine. Of course, the Buddhists believe in reincarnation. Do you believe in reincarnation?
If I did, I'd definitely like to come back a man.
Would you?
Do you ever feel that sort of thing?
No, I don't. But I mean, we all have men inside us from time to time.
Right.
You are about to go on a tour with Justin Timberlake, am I right?
Yes, here in the UK, yes.
that be
He'll
fun?
be back here. Yes, at the O2. That'll be a great
gorgeous.
time.
Now, my little instincts, call it what you will, tell me that there was once a little bit something going between you and Justin.
Oh, yeah, very little. very. Myself up for that one.
I don't think Justin would like to think it was very little. It depends on the angle.
We were very young. It was a long time ago.
Though you're still lovely and young, you were the older woman.
Definitely.
You were the older woman.
I was 23 and he was 17.
You cradle snatcher.
I know.
But
it wasn't serious, though. It wasn't,
In your interpersonal relations with Justin, was there ever a moment when you... You moved from the front seat of the car to the back seat of the car. Be honest, be honest.
Well, I couldn't because I was driving and he was in the baby chair.
This woman is very quick-witted, don't you think, Martin?
Very much so, yes. Bravo.
What do you want, Valmai?
There's a little man jumping up and down outside.
There's a little man jumping up and down, is he? Let's see. Oh. It's Ronnie Corbett, Possum! He's not tall enough to reach my bus up, so he can't come in, I'm afraid. We do have height restrictions here. It's for the patient's safety only. Well, coming up, Possums, I'll catch up with Tracey Emin and the gorgeous Carmen Electra after this necessary information interruption. Possums, getting up close and personal with the former wild child, Fergie. Fergie, you're a bit of a wordsmith. You love language, as I do, and you've made up a few rather interesting little words, sort of composite words, aren't they?
Yes.
Is it your natural wit, or is this just a nice form of illiteracy, is it? I mean, is it...
It's a bit of both.
A bit of both.
Right.
You've invented
you.
one particular
Yes.
word that I like, which is, I hope I'm right in saying this, ridiculous, is that the word?
Oh, yeah.
Ridiculous. Now, what does it mean?
That was during one interview, and I was discussing how you can put words together to make new slang words. That, you know, that's what you can do. Ridiculous and sick. You know, when you say something that's sick, it's a good thing.
It's a good, is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. I didn't say that. Have you ever invented a word, Martin?
No, I have not, no.
Well, you might have accidentally. I think that's rather ridiculous of you, as a matter of fact. I have invented a word myself, and it sums you up, Martin Sheen. Now, you have something called gravitas. And you've also got the common touch. So you've got chavitas. What do you think of that? Now, a little bird told me, Fergie, that your birthday is imminent. Is that right?
Yes, March 27th.
Oh, now.
In London.
March the 20th.
Woo!
And may I ask how old you will be then?
Oh, yes. The ripe age of 32.
32 is a beautiful age.
Yes.
You know, I'm approaching 32. From the wrong direction, unfortunately. Oh, dear. Well, I've combined the business of being a housewife and a megastar, and I've got a little secret. You know what the secret of my continuing popularity is? Power naps. Power naps. I have a confession to make. You know, while you were singing, I had a little bit of a nap. I did. And as well.
Good. That's amazing.
I dropped off during some of your longer answers, too. I did. I did. And I'm refreshed as a result of it. Fergie, darling, I'm sure you've heard your therapist say, I'm afraid we've run out of time, and we have.
Many times.
Possums, let's see who's next. My final patient tonight is well on her way to becoming a national treasure. She's not quite there yet. In fact, there's a substantial minority in the country who haven't the faintest idea who she is. But that doesn't matter. That's changing. And I'm firmly in the camp that thinks she is divine. Please welcome the brilliant Tracey Emin. so sophisticated and so lovely.
Oh,
Thank
thanks.
Oh, dear, you make me feel underdressed. Now,
Don't you dare. Get off.
I know.
Oh, bad. Bad blood.
You got a bad well, it's my blood, Tracey. You got a bad vibe from poor Valmai. She means well. I'm just trying to help her. I mean, it's family stuff.
But didn't you disown her for a long time?
I did, Tracey. You've done your homework, haven't you? Who is conducting this interview? You're like me. You look at the world through the eyes of an artist, Tracey. And you've never been afraid to show us the vulnerable underbelly of life. In fact, from time to time, you've shown us your own vulnerable underbelly, haven't you, Possum? What do you draw your inspiration from?
Well, actually, it sounds very conceited, but like you, I draw my inspiration from myself. Because I think all of us have a story to tell. All of us have an interesting day. All of us have our own crosses to bear, like yourself, like how you're now having to take care of
There's
poor
a cross and a
Barry.
half.
Yeah. You know, it looks like we may have it lucky, but all of us have a story, and that's what my art's about, really.
Well, that is true. It's about the drama of life itself. And if every single person, even non-entities, and we've got many of them here tonight, if they told us their story, how it was, what happened and how it is now, it would be a dramatic story, wouldn't it? Everyone has a wonderfully dramatic story. And I think you're right to draw from that lovely reservoir of your own experience. It was lovely to hear you say that, and particularly lovely to hear what I had to say in reply. But you know, You found art in all sorts of places, but Tracey, I am unshockable, and I think you've sensed that. And I know that Martin feels that too, an adorable little Fergie. I mean, I've lived a very full and a very passionate life. And it's very, very hard to shock me. I mean, I look at some of your installations, and, you know, I crave more. I want to say, Tracey, push me further, push me. Does the element of shock, is that important to you?
No, I'm going to be really serious about this. I don't actually make art to be shocking. It's just what I'm feeling, what I'm going through at the time. And so, for example, my bed, everyone's had a bit of a mess sometimes. And, you know, you might have the appearance of looking immaculate and beautiful, but we all, you know, muck up sometimes, don't we?
Well, Fergie knows that better than most. But you know, and look, we all have untidiness within, it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, in a sense, yes. I look at aspects of my own life and I'd like to sort of straighten them up and polish them up and spruce them up a bit. But perhaps sometimes the dishevelled part of our lives is the creative and interesting part.
Talking about a dishevelled thing, I was coming through customs once, and I actually was on my way back from Australia, funnily enough, where all the possums come
My
from.
homeland, viewers.
And I was coming back from Australia. I'd been away for 3 months. I'd stopped off in LA, New York, and I had a giant, giant trunk. Now, what a lot of people don't know about me is I packed it absolutely immaculately. I mean, I even wash the crotch of my knickers and then roll them up into a small ball. So if I am stopped and they try to get me, they can't. Everything is kind of very anally retentive, to be honest. But it's immaculate.
Not an expression I know.
Anyway, they stopped me at customs coming back.
Please, Valmai. Sorry. Go on, continue.
Anyway, I'm coming through customs, they stopped me. And I said, oh, please don't stop me, please don't stop me. I've been travelling for 3 months, you know, I've got everything in my case. They said, sorry, but we've stopped you now and we have to open your case, that's the rules. And then some customs officer strolls over and says, if it isn't the conceptual artist, Tracey Emin, with the messy bed, let's see what we've got in here then. And as they opened my case, I think they expected that kind of jack-in-a-box thing to happen. But it was so immaculate. And they just all looked at it really disappointed, and he said, we won't tell anybody if you don't.
Serves them right, Tracey. You know, my daughter, Valmai. Valmai is a bit of an artist herself. She's got real talent, in my opinion. She started her artistic career with spray cans on trains, and then she moved on to marker pens on herself. And, well, she liked to smell them. She did a lot of inhaling of the marker pens. But her newest work is unlike anything you have ever seen. It's brought a new sensibility, a new resonance to our perceptions. I'll just cross over and see if you can have a glimpse of it. Over here. Yes. Now look, this is her original work. Look. This is an original work by my daughter.
It doesn't look like original to me. I think she's been highly influenced by a very successful British artist who happens to be your guest at the moment.
What? No. Now, Tracey, are you suggesting my daughter is a plagiarist? You suggesting she's ripped off something?
I'm suggesting your daughter's a thief, and the moment you realise that, you'll be able to sort your life out as well. You can't carry on looking after her like this.
Tracey, my daughter's bed has been like that since she was 12.
Oh, you saying that I ripped her off now, are you?
I'm not... Tracey, I'm not going to cross swords with you on that.
No, you certainly are not.
But it is possible. It is possible. Let me move on to something gentler. Now, you love sewing, don't you?
Yes, I do.
It is.
Do you know why?
No.
It stops you from masturbating.
Stops. It stops you from...
Just while we're here, isn't it? The clinic? Mm-hmm. Have I got the wrong clinic?
No, it's not a clinic, it's a spa, darling. But at any rate, it stops you doing the devil's work with your fingers. Is that Well, yes?
That funny little man's back.
That funny little man is back. It's not a funny little man, it's Ronnie Corbett, darling. What's he up to? He's trying to get in. Oh, it's tragic. Valmai, have you still got that angle grinder? Go and release him. Cut him out, for goodness sake, Valmai. That's Ronnie Corbett, a comedy legend in this country. Poor Ronnie. To think he used to play golf with Michael Parkinson. Probably carried the clubs. Now, Tracey, I'm picking up on something from you.
I know you're not going to attack me now.
I don't attack
it's just your
people.
Daughter
You're a bit on the defensive. You don't have to be with me. I suspect underneath you're an old-fashioned girl. Underneath? What do you mean by that? Underneath that sophisticated, slightly sardonic exterior is a lovely, lovely little homebody who likes sometimes to raise a few eyebrows as you're drawing upon your inner resources. I've read your column where you, in your newspaper, she writes a lovely column, writes about going for a lovely stroll around London and her cats and going for a lovely stroll around London. The sort of things they used to print in the Woman's Own. And, Tracey, are you a simple homebody? Well, this is the whole thing, you see. I do like being at home, and I'm quite exhausted today because I went out on the town last night. Tracey? I know, and I like to go to bed early. I like to go to bed about 9:30 in the evening with my cat. After you've been for a little stroll. Round London, yes. Men like old-fashioned girls. They do, don't they, Martin?
They do.
Do you like us?
Oh, I do.
Now, what's happening to Valmai and Ronnie? Look at the... Oh, we'll be charging him for that gate. Possums, join us after the break as our health and fitness consultant, Les Patterson, meets his match in feisty Carmen Electra. Now, don't cross to the news. There isn't any tonight. know, this show is so good, I'm going to have it taped so I can watch it myself one day when I've got nothing better to do. Now, coming up is a part of the show that I intend for one to fast forward Tracey and Fergie and my darling Marty. It features an Australian diplomat who is a disgrace, quite frankly, to his homeland. A man who is almost as unacceptable as a real Australian diplomat. It is with the deepest regret that I cross now to my aerobics studio for another instalment of Health and Fitness Around the World with Les Patterson.
G'day, viewers. Les Patterson here. Fitness guru without portfolio. The key to cardiovascular fitness is getting it up, and that applies to the heart rate as well. But one great way of keeping fit is dancing. And here to teach me a few raunchy little moves is a young American woman from a lovely family background who, under the right circumstances, goes off like an alarm clock. The lovely Carmen Electra. Oh, welcome, Carmen.
Thank you.
Now, that's a very unusual name. How did your agent think of it?
Well, actually, it didn't come from my agent. I was actually working with Prince at the time, who came up with my name.
Prince? And who thought of his name, eh?
I think he might have been born with that name,
And then
actually.
who thought of his name and his name?
Yeah, who knows?
We could go on like this until we disappear up each other's arseholes. Talking like that, couldn't we? Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
we could.
sorry. That just slipped out. You know the feeling? Well, now, Carmen, I believe you've got a lovely new film coming out.
Yes.
What's it called?
It's called I Want Candy, and I'm playing Candy 5 Ways.
Candy 5 Ways.
Yes, I don't know what the fifth one is.
I get the picture. I'm a number 3 man myself.
Oh, you are? Okay.
I wouldn't say no to number 7.
Wow. Now that's creative.
And I believe you've got a workout video. A workout video with a difference, eh, Carm? That's what I'm interested in. I'm very interested in health and fitness. Bit of an obsession of mine.
Yeah, you look, I can tell.
I'm in good shape.
You're in great shape.
As you
Well,
may
should
have
we-
noticed.
Yeah, ripped.
I brought a chair with me.
Oh, good.
And if
Perfect.
things work out, I've got a suite upstay. That's
Let's
lovely.
do it.
Go for it. Make it happen.
Okay, spread your legs. Not too wide.
No.
Okay, now grab onto the chair.
Yeah, got
and
it.
lean forward.
Yeah. I've got it.
Okay, now you're gonna stick your butt out to the right.
Yeah.
And then to the left. To the right. And to the left. Now faster. 1, 2, 3, 4.
What? Oh, Carmen, I reckon
Okay.
I pulled something. I couldn't have, though. I've got both hands on the chair.
Quite enough, Les, thank you. I had to abort that, possums. I feel a duet coming on. The moment I wake up, before I put on my makeup, I say a little prayer for you.
Combing my hair now and wondering what dress to wear now. I say a little prayer for you.
Forever, forever, you stay in my heart, and I will love you forever and ever. We will never part. Oh, how I love you. Together, together, that's how it must be. To live without you would only mean heartache for me. Oh, I'll run to the bus stand while riding. I think of us. I say a little prayer for you. I never travel by bus.
At work I just take time, and over my coffee break time, I say a little prayer for you.
Forever, forever, you stay in my heart, and I will love you forever and ever. We will never part. Oh, how I love you. Together, together, that's how it must be. To live without you would only be heartache for me. Oh, my darling, blue. lovely patience, to Marty, to Fergie and Tracey, and thanks for having me at your place, Possums. Join me next week when I'll be offering my services to more highly deserving achievers. It's Ronnie Corbett! You're too late, Ronnie. Oh. Good night.
For all the latest Dame Edna news, previews, video catch-ups and behind-the-scenes footage, go to itv.com/Dame Edna. Now, coming up, proof you really should be careful what you wish for. The Witches of Eastwick is our movie. After the news, next.